tragic death of Angela Sutton Washington, a mother who was killed in a shooting while shopping at Plaza a little over a month ago. Our homicide detectives have been working hard to solve this case. We need the help of our community to find the individual that did this so we can bring justice to Angela and her family. We know there are witnesses who saw this shooting take place. We need them to come forward. We have the Executive Director of Crimeline here today, Barb Bergen. Thank you for being here, Barb. You reported tip anonymously to Crimeline, you could be maybe eligible for a reward. The reward in this case has been raised to $10,000. Homicide Detective Barb Sharp has been working on this case since the beginning. She will now go over updates of where we are, followed by Ms. Washington's son, Fernando Washington. Barb.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today. On Tuesday night, February 7th at approximately 6:50 p.m., the Orlando Police Department received multiple 911 calls stating that a victim had been shot in front of the Quick Mart at 5100 North Lane. When officers arrived, they found the victim, Angela Sutton Washington, on the sidewalk. We know that as Angela exited the Quick Stop, she walked towards her car and was struck by gunfire coming from the suspect vehicle across the street from the Walgreens parking lot on North Lane. Video from the Quick Stop has revealed that at least 7 to 9 males were hanging out in front of the store for a period of about an hour. As Angela passed through the group of males, she was the one struck with the gunfire. The suspect vehicle has been identified as a dark blue or black Mazda 3 sedan, newer model. The vehicle leaves the scene traveling eastbound on North Lane. This was a senseless murder of a valued member of our community. Angela was a military veteran of Desert Storm. She's a beloved daughter, mother, and grandmother. She was simply stopping at the convenience store on the way home to pick up something and was shot and killed. I encourage anyone with information regarding this homicide to please come forward to either the Orlando Police Department or to Crimeline. Thank you. I'd like to introduce to you Fernando Washington. This is Angela's son. He'd like to say a couple words.
Good afternoon. To know right and to do wrong is still wrong. If you have any information, if you know what happened, if you were there, I plead with you to come forward and to bring that information. Put yourself in my position. Think about it as if it was your mother who was tending to her own business and was struck down. Put yourself in the child's position. What if it was you, was minding your own business and was murdered? If you know something, say something. Bring some closure to this for not only myself, but for my family. Thank you.
I'd also like to introduce you to the Executive Director of Crimeline, Barb Bergen.
Thanks everybody for coming. I will tell you, you hear me say it repeatedly, that the media is a key sometimes to getting this message out. This reward is now up to $10,000. That doesn't happen in all cases, but this is a special case. We have a military vet, a grandmother, a good member of this community, shot down just walking out of a store. What we know for sure and what we're asking you all to help us do, there's good pictures of that car right there. We'll take any tip on a similar car and the detectives will follow up on it. We know there were witnesses out there at the time. Call us anonymously. Up to a $10,000 cash reward is available to the person who helps us solve this very, very unnecessary homicide. Thank you.
We'd like-
If you can turn your attention to the TV screens, we're going to set up a video for you to watch that we have for the investigation. Detective Sharp will speak about it, and then we'll share some photos.
This is a video that you're seeing of the suspect vehicle traveling through the Walgreens parking lot there. It's traveling towards North Lane. That is immediately before the shooting. Let me play it again. I'll play it again for you real quick.
Pause right there.
And that vehicle has positively been identified as a dark blue or black Mazda 3 sedan, newer model 2019 to 2023. And there it is again, color image. Additionally, we have photos of in front of the Quick Stop. This is two images of the groups of males that were hanging out in front of the store that night, like I said, for approximately at least 30 minutes, if not longer. And Angela walks through that group of males coming out of the Quick Stop towards her vehicle. It is in, at no means do we have any belief that she was the intended target of this shooting. It appears as though that the group of males was the intended target.
We will take a few questions at this time.
Yeah, Detective Sharp, I know that you've got folks that routinely patrol that area, and sometimes they're familiar with who's around. Have they been able to identify any of those guys, and have they been approached at all about what they may have seen or heard?
We have identified some of those males and interviewed them, yes, sir.
And
I really can't reveal any information that they've given us so far, but we have been able to identify some, but not all.
but clearly we're here today because you need a lot more.
We do, yes, sir.
Have you identified the person of interest, not just the car, but the person driving, that you think you know who that might be, but need more evidence?
Not at this time. It's still an active investigation.
What's your message to those people who are standing outside the shop? They could have been the targets of this shooting, about coming forward with information on someone who's probably trying to kill them.
Well, we just plead with them to understand the seriousness of this and how lucky they are to still be alive and be breathing, and that they should come forward if they know who this was, because if they targeted them once, they would likely target them again. I would assume if I were one of them.
Barb, you have a moment?
Sure.
If you could step up. So, I think sometimes people are a little skeptical about if they pick up the phone if it's going to make a difference, and I'm going to ask you a statistic that you may not have off the top of your head, but Crimeline's been around since as long as I can remember.
45 years.
How many crimes have been solved? Like, for people who are skeptical that it really
Right.
works.
That's a tough number had I thought that you were going to be here, I'd have pulled that number for you. But I can tell you that we've taken approximately 184,000 tips in that many years. And in this case, I will tell you that we've taken less than 5 tips in this case. We know all those people are out there. And we know there may have been people driving by in the parking lot or something else. So it takes one. It could take 2 or 3. We will reward all of them if they come forward and help. But we do make a difference. We make a difference in this community every day, and we give that voice to our community members where we understand not wanting to testify. We get that. It's hard for our law enforcement to work cases, but we need a name in order to work this case any further. So be anonymous, give the tip, give the information, help them get where they need to go, and let's get an answer for this case here.
Point of clarification, so in terms of where Angela was when she was shot, she was walking past this group in the photo here?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, was the person that fired in the Walgreens parking lot firing across the street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I have a question for Fernando. No?
Anything
Okay,
else?
question right here, Florida National News. Question for you, Detective. Has OBD been working with other law enforcement agencies in this investigation, or is this strictly in-house so far?
Not for the investigation portion of it, ma'am. It's been strictly at Orlando
And
Police.
Detective Sharp, when you answer, we need you a lot
Yes.
closer to the microphone.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yes, it's been strictly Orlando Police Department as far as the investigation.
Is this again related?
Not that I'm aware of, sir.
I have a question for the chief, just real quick.
Sure.
Is it related to this investigation?
No,
But strictly to this investigation.
Yeah, if you got other questions, I'll get with you after.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, any other questions?
I have one, Atlanta Sentinel, is there any, idea how many rounds were shot?
I can say that it was more than one shot, but I can't release the number of that at this time.
More than one weapon?
I'm unaware, sir, if it was more than one.
Have you identified any person of interest at all yet in the case?
It's an active investigation, so I really can't release any information on that at this time.
All right, so the main purpose of this press conference is we need to get justice for Angela and her family. So if you know anything out there, please say something. Please call Crimeline or contact us. We need closure for the family and get them the help and the closure they deserve. So thank you.
Thanks, Chief. I think it might be something that would reinforce the importance of it. I've been here 35 years and I know Crimeline's super mega. I know that it's not gonna be 10, it's gonna be a lot closer to 20,000.
I'm not picking it up. You pick it up.
I'm not picking it up.
Well, somebody's got to pick it up.
I'll pick it up. They're clean. 'Cause my hand is clean. Oh yeah, I'm Charmin clean. That's how I know they're clean.
Charmin Ultra Strong is woven like a washcloth and just cleans better.
Yeah, I'm Charmin
The
clean.
kid does have a
That's
point.
My hand is clean. Yeah.
Enjoy the go with Charmin. And for an extra clean finish,